Strange crafts hovering silently, glowing shapes appearing over cities, and clips exposing extraterrestrials hiding among us. Authorities have tried to keep them a secret, but now these videos have finally been leaked. So stay tuned, because what you're about to see might leave you shocked.
This little UFO thing flying through the sky.
On June 4th, 2025, in a quiet neighborhood in Utah, a few kids were playing outside when something unusual caught their eyes. High above them, a bright object moved silently across the sky. Confused by the sight, one of the kids called out, "Dad, why is there a star in the middle of the day?" It wasn't shining like a plane, and it didn't fade like a cloud. The dad came outside and managed to capture a quick video of the strange object. Whatever it was, it made both children and adults quietly wonder what had just passed overhead.
JP just spotted this really shiny
CCTV captured UFO. A home security camera in Missouri captured something unexpected. The camera was set up on the rooftop, facing the open sky, and the sudden streak didn't match any plane, bird, or bug. It moved too fast and too straight. When the footage was shared, it quickly drew attention from curious neighbors and online viewers. People started talking, wondering if it was a UAP passing overhead. Though it lasted only a second, that quick flash had a lasting impression, stirring quiet questions across the small, watching community. Curitiba saucer. On July 7th, 2024, residents in Curitiba, the capital of Paraná in southern Brazil, noticed something strange in the sky. A saucer-shaped object appeared above the city, reflecting light in a way that made it stand out against the clouds. It didn't move like a plane or a drone, it simply hovered, calm and steady. A few people managed to film it before it slowly drifted out of sight. No sounds, no flashing lights, just a smooth shape hanging quietly in the sky. The sight left many puzzled, adding another quiet mystery to the skies over Brazil that day. Odd sound recorded. Back in 1969, astronauts exploring the far side of the moon picked up some unusual sounds while they were out of radio range from Earth. They called the noises music, a strange whistling that puzzled them and sparked curiosity for decades. Years later, the footage is now released to give people a chance to hear exactly what the astronauts heard.
That is the indicated sound outer spacey, doesn't it? Hear that whistling sound?
The mysterious sounds were also featured on NASA's Unexplained Files, where experts debated their origin that could never be known by NASA's brightest minds. Russian UFO. This strange footage didn't stay online for long, but thankfully a few people saved it. The video shows a snowy field in Russia with strange wreckage lying across the ground. What made it different was the shape. It didn't look like anything from Earth. A group of specialists soon arrived, wearing heavy suits and carrying strange tools. They didn't say a word, but began examining the site closely. People who watched the clip said it felt too real to ignore. Some even claimed this could be the most solid UFO proof ever captured on camera. UFO above house. Have you ever noticed something in the sky that just doesn't seem right? One peaceful morning, a man stepped into his backyard and saw a strange object floating quietly above his house. It wasn't like any bird or plane he'd ever seen. The object moved slowly, almost like it was exploring the area. He stayed still, watching it drift across the sky before it suddenly vanished without a trace. For a long moment, he just stood there, trying to make sense of what had happened. That unexpected sight left him wondering how much we really see around us every day. Metallic object. A strange object with a smooth, metallic surface was spotted in more than one place at the same time. It had the look of a spacer, shiny, rounded, and completely flawless. Witnesses described it as just hanging there, not rising or falling, almost like it was pinned to the sky. With no clear shape or function, the object left behind more questions than answers. UFO Army escort.
Dog, are you seeing this?
Above the quiet stretches of the Nevada desert, an unexpected scene unfolded that had everyone talking. Locals caught footage of 3 saucer-shaped objects gliding through the sky, followed closely by F-22 Raptors. The moment looked more like a scene from a sci-fi film than real life. Once the clip surfaced online, it quickly sparked a wave of reactions and theories. People debated what they had just seen. Some were convinced it was proof of alien contact. But many leaned toward a different idea, that these were classified military crafts, possibly designed to observe something not of this world, rather than being from it.
Dog, did you just see that? Dude, I got all of that on video.
UFO aerial phenomenon. In Southern California, people looked up and saw a glowing shape streaking across the sky. It moved quietly, shining bright even as the sun had already set. Many thought it was a sign from the skies, maybe something extraterrestrial. Phones came out and videos started spreading fast. But later, experts explained it was a known aerial event called the twilight phenomenon. The object was flying so high that it caught sunlight we couldn't see anymore, reflecting it back like a mirror in the sky. Mysterious at first, but science gave a calm answer to what felt like a strange moment. Hidden sight object. This place had been forgotten for years, but a group of UFO enthusiasts thought it might hold secrets, so they went in to explore. In the darkest corner of one room, a strange figure crouched silently. It had pale skin and large black eyes shaped like almonds. It didn't move, but its presence was enough to make everyone freeze. Looking at it closely, they wondered, was this made in a lab? Could scientists have really created this thing? Strange UFO phenomenon. The sky, which was bright just moments ago, suddenly turned into something that made everyone watching scared for their life. It looked like a storm was about to come, but no, this wasn't just a storm. People near CERN say they've seen similar skies twist like a giant tornado above the lab. Some believe it's not just science. They say it's a secret project to open doors beyond our world. There's another claim which says it's a way to speak with something out there, something not human. Whether true or not, what's happening at CERN has left people watching the sky with quiet concern. Ice caves experiments. While exploring the icy caves of Russia, a man noticed something unusual hidden deep in the frozen walls. It wasn't just a shadow or a trick of light. There was a dark figure, still and silent, with a strange eye peeking through the ice. He recorded what he saw, and for a brief time, the footage spread quickly. But then, without warning, it vanished from the internet. Many believe it wasn't just nature at work, but something not meant to be found, possibly part of a secret that's still being kept quiet. Strange Florida object. A strange flying object was seen drifting through the Florida sky, moving slowly without sound. Its shape didn't match any plane or drone, and there were no visible lights or markings. People nearby stopped and watched, unsure of what they were seeing. Some recorded it, hoping to figure it out later. The object stayed in view for a short while before disappearing behind the clouds. Its quiet presence left behind more questions than answers, and no one knows who it belonged to. Unidentified dark object. One evening near the sea, a few people looked up and noticed something unusual drifting through the sky. It was dark and quiet, not shaped like anything familiar. It almost looked like a cloud made of ash as it slowly fell to the ground. Nobody could tell where it came from or what it really was. Viewers just stood there, watching it crumble bit by bit, trying to make sense of it. It was strange, calm, and left everyone a little more curious than before. Pyramidal UFO. On the calm shore of the Black Sea, people were enjoying the view when something strange appeared above the yachts. A pyramid-shaped object with soft, glowing lights just hung in the air, completely still. It didn't make a sound, and it didn't look like anything they'd seen before. Phones came out right away as everyone tried to capture the moment. Some whispered it might be real proof of something not from here. Finland anomaly. One quiet night in Finland, people looked up to see something they couldn't explain. Unusual patches of light had formed across the sky, not moving, not flickering, just softly glowing in scattered spots. It didn't feel like a weather event, and it wasn't anything familiar. A few residents stepped outside with their phones, hoping to catch a glimpse. No clear sound, no warning, just a silent display above. Scientists haven't offered a clear answer yet, but those who saw it are still thinking about it. Black rings in sky. During an ordinary workday, people noticed something strange hovering high in the sky that quickly grabbed everyone's attention. A massive black ring seemed to float silently above, making some wonder if it was a doorway to another world or a mysterious sign from beyond. The unusual sight sparked plenty of guesses online, fueling excitement and curiosity, but soon, experts stepped forward with an explanation. The dark circle was actually smoke left behind by fireworks themed around zombies. With the overcast sky and heavy clouds that day, the smoke took on a spooky look that made the whole scene feel much more mysterious than it really was. NASA captured. In 2020, NASA's Stereo A spacecraft spotted something remarkable far out in space. A massive object appeared on its cameras, so large that it was even bigger than Earth. The shape looked structured, not like any natural space rock or planet. Scientists and space watchers were amazed and puzzled by what they were seeing. The sheer size and form made it stand out against the usual background of stars and planets. This discovery sparked questions about what it could be and where it came from, reminding everyone how much the universe still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. Secret alien mission. The Apollo 20 mission, long surrounded by mystery, is said to be very different from the others. Unlike official space trips, this one was never openly talked about. According to some stories, it was a secret recovery mission sent to explore a large crashed object on the moon. Inside that massive ship, something unexpected was found. A strange figure, believed to be an alien female. She was later given the name Mona Lisa. Some say her body was preserved, almost lifelike. Whether true or not, the story still stirs quiet curiosity among space watchers. Eerie spacecraft wreckage. A photo taken above Mars on April 19, 2022, quickly stirred curiosity across the internet. Shared by engineers from the Mars Sample Return Program, the image showed what looked like the remains of a crashed spacecraft on the Martian surface. Many people thought it might be proof of alien technology, but soon, experts stepped in to clarify things. The picture was real, but it didn't show an alien wreck. It was actually the aeroshell from a NASA lander, a protective piece used to shield the craft during its descent. Still, the moment reminded everyone how easily mystery and imagination can take over when we look beyond our planet. Black Knight satellite. The Black Knight satellite has been caught as part of a hidden extraterrestrial project quietly monitoring Earth. Recently, it showed signs of increased activity, sending small observation ships toward the planet on secret missions. NASA's space stations were strictly ordered to only observe and record the satellite from afar, never getting close. Reports from 1986 and 2003 reveal serious warnings whenever anyone tried to interfere with the Black Knight. This mysterious object remains part of a secret operation, its true purpose carefully concealed from the public. Kentucky's alien.
You see his face clearly.
A late-night security video from Moorhead, Kentucky has stirred curiosity among UFO watchers. The footage shows a pale, thin figure walking awkwardly through a quiet area. Its posture looked bent, almost like Earth's gravity was too much for it. The movement was slow and strange, not like any person or animal. Many believe this could be something not from here. The clip quickly went viral, with people calling it strong proof of alien life. No official report has come out yet, leaving viewers to wonder if this was a real visitor from beyond. Alien bodies testing. In Mexico City, doctors recently examined two unusual bodies that many think might be extraterrestrial. These small, pale figures stood out with their elongated heads and just 3 fingers on each hand, causing quite a reaction when they were first shown to the public. Viewers watching on TV and online shared the same surprise as the experts in the room. The Institute for Health performed detailed tests on their skeletons, confirming that the remains were complete and not assembled from different parts. This discovery has only deepened the mystery, leaving people wondering whether these could really be alien remains, or if there's a more ordinary explanation behind them. Alien on snow.
The U.S. and Russia have often found themselves on opposite sides of the political spectrum. But the two countries share at least one thing: frequently reported alien encounters.
This old video has been floating around the internet for more than 10 years, yet people still can't stop talking about it. It was filmed near a quiet village north of Lake Baikal in Russia and shows a strange, small figure that looks almost human, but not quite. The creature appeared to have a large head, a thin frame, and stood under a meter tall. What really caught people off guard was that it seemed to be missing a leg, yet still moved in unusual ways. Locals had no idea where it came from. No solid answers have ever come forward, leaving the mystery as puzzling today as it was back then.
And ultimately, they stumble across this strange 3-foot creature lying in the snow. It was missing a limb. It had a sort of a dark grayish skin color, no hair or sort of noticeable facial features to recognize.
Spain metapod UFO. Back in 2015, a strange video was recorded in Spain, now known as the metapod UFO clip. The footage shows an object shaped like nothing anyone could name, moving across the sky. What made it even more odd was the blinking light inside it, almost like it was sending signals. Locals who saw it said the object didn't act like any drone or plane they knew. The way it hovered, shifted, then disappeared, left people puzzled. Many still debate whether it was real or fake, but no one can truly explain what it was that day. Strange saucer.
There is a UFO. There's a UFO in Tennessee.
A man was driving through the quiet countryside when something unusual caught his eye. In the clear blue sky, a saucer-shaped object stood still, not moving an inch. It didn't float like a balloon or glide like a plane. It simply stayed in place, almost frozen. Curious and a little unsure, he pulled out his phone and began recording. The object looked smooth and solid. Though it never made a sound or changed position, the man couldn't shake the feeling that he'd just seen something out of the ordinary, something not easily explained.
There is a UFO in Tennessee.
Mexico object.
Gente do céu. Ó, tá gerando.
On May 4th, 2025, something unusual appeared in the skies over Mexico. A man standing on a mountain peak noticed a distant glint and decided to zoom in with his camera. What the lens revealed left him puzzled. The object seemed to stretch out. It didn't move like a plane or sway like a balloon. It simply stayed there, hanging in the air with no clear explanation. To this day, no official word has explained what was captured, leaving behind a video that still raises quiet questions.
Estrutura aqui em forma de nuvem, e ela tá gerando sombra.
UFO changing shape. In 2023, a group of onlookers in Chile turned their eyes to the sky, drawn by a glowing object that seemed anything but ordinary. Hovering above them was a bright, donut-shaped form, pulsing with light. What made it even more unusual was how it kept changing shape, twisting, then returning to its ring-like form. It didn't resemble any known aircraft. The group stood in quiet awe, even after it disappeared. The strange shape and glow stayed in their minds, with just a moment that felt hard to explain or forget. Pilot encounter UFO. During a combat flight in an A-10 attack aircraft, something unexpected appeared high above the clouds. At an altitude of 7,013 meters, the pilot noticed a saucer-shaped object hovering in the distance. It didn't match the look or motion of any known aircraft. The pilot kept a steady focus, unsure of what he was seeing. The object remained still for a few moments before shifting slowly out of sight. Unique footage from that moment was captured, showing a shape too smooth and precise to ignore. In a sky filled with training and routine, this sight stood out without explanation. Alaska glowing object. Above the landscape of Alaska, 3 glowing green objects appeared in the night sky. They hovered in a loose triangle, bright enough to be seen clearly against the darkness. Their light wasn't flickering, and they didn't seem to move like drones or planes. People who saw them paused, trying to make sense of it. Some reached for their phones, capturing short clips. The shape stayed for a while, then faded into the distance. To many, it felt like something unknown had briefly passed by, without explanation or warning. 4-dimensional object. Just after sunset on April 14, 2024, a glowing shape hovered silently in the sky, its outline shifting in ways that puzzled anyone watching. Drivers pulled over, pedestrians stopped walking, and a wave of curiosity swept through the area. Unlike the usual drone buzz or airplane roar, this thing made no sound at all. Within minutes, footage taken by bystanders made its way online, sparking debates that ranged from secret government tests to a new kind of surveillance balloon. No one could say for sure what it was, but one thing became clear. This wasn't just another ordinary evening. Desert UFO. Deep in a quiet part of Saudi Arabia, a surprising sight was recorded that puzzled many viewers. The video captured an unusual craft moving slowly across the sky, which quickly led to rumors about extraterrestrial visitors. Yet others argued the shape and movement resembled a secret military machine rather than something alien. The clip sparked intense discussions online, dividing opinions between believers in the unknown and skeptics who favored earthly explanations. Despite all the guesses, the true nature of the object remains unclear. Antarctica UFO. While passing near a frozen railway track, a man spotted something odd beneath the ice that made him stop. As he focused his eyes, the strange shape didn't look like any usual animal or debris. Instead, it seemed like a small craft of unknown origin, resting silently beneath the surface. The unexpected sight made him pause, wondering if what he witnessed was real or just a trick of the light. This moment sparked deep questions about whether what we think is impossible might actually be closer than anyone expected. Canada mystery. On May 12, 2021, something unusual appeared in the sky over Vancouver, and it caught a lot of people's attention. It didn't look like any plane or drone anyone had seen before. One local even said they'd seen something like it years ago. This strange craft that seemed to change shape, with robotic arms moving in ways that didn't feel normal. People watched as it zipped through the city, trying to keep up until it just disappeared. Moments like these make you stop and wonder what really could be out there, flying quietly above us. Mysterious spaceship. Late one evening in San Antonio, something unusual caught the attention of people far beyond the city limits. A video showed a bright, glowing object moving slowly across the night sky, trailing smoke before it suddenly vanished without a trace. The mysterious event quickly sparked a buzz online, with many sharing their own theories and stories. Some even mentioned similar lights spotted in other parts of the world, like Beijing, making the whole thing feel even more puzzling. Despite all the guesses, no one has been able to explain what the object really was or where it came from. California mystery. These strange blue lights have been spotted in the night sky of Oxnard, California. People who saw it stopped in their tracks and instantly knew they have been invaded. This could be a possibility, as many conspiracies suggest that aliens won't attack humans, but will instead blend in among us so that we never know who is an alien and who is human.
Some scary. Get the f out of here.
Triangular lights. On June 24, 2022, people enjoying their evening at Santa Monica Pier saw something they couldn't explain. Above the beach, a group of triangular lights appeared in the sky, quiet, steady, and strangely shaped. Dozens of beachgoers pointed and recorded as the lights hovered, then suddenly reversed direction before vanishing into the distance. The Santa Monica Observer even reported the event, but no one could give a clear answer. Was it something entirely different? Something not meant for us to understand? For now, it remains a mystery over the waves.
Hey, you guys see the light on the bottom? Yeah! That's crazy, bro.
Mystery craft transported. A flatbed truck was seen rolling down the road, carrying something huge under a white tarp. At first glance, it looked like just another big delivery, but the shape was odd. It was round, smooth, and almost too perfect. People in nearby cars started filming, wondering what it could be. The tarp didn't show any markings, and that only made it feel more strange. Some thought it looked just like a UFO being moved in plain sight. Others joked it was high-tech gear the public's not supposed to see. Whatever it was, it didn't feel like something you'd see every day.
Oh no, that's a UFO.
Lights over Phoenix.
What are those?
On December 20th, 2024, a video surfaced showing a quiet row of glowing lights fixed in the sky. The person who filmed it claimed to have seen the same lights for several nights in a row, always in the same exact formation. Viewers quickly noticed how closely it resembled the well-known Phoenix Lights event from 1997. The stillness and shape of the lights raised questions once again. Perhaps a return to a known location, or simply a pattern waiting to be understood. Underwater UFO. Passengers aboard a cruise ship found themselves witnessing something unexpected. Not in the sky, but deep below the water. A glowing shape moved just beneath the surface, quiet and smooth. It didn't look like any submarine or sea creature. Phones quickly came out, and several people began recording the strange underwater object. Its movements were steady, as if it knew exactly where it was going. This wasn't the first time an unidentified object had been spotted in the ocean, and it likely won't be the last. Red lights. In the stillness of the night, a group of glowing red lights appeared high above the horizon. They stood out sharply against the dark sky, perfectly spaced and not blinking like regular aircraft lights. People nearby quickly noticed and began recording the sight, sharing it online within minutes. The way the lights hovered without noise or movement left many unsure of what they were seeing. The videos kept spreading, but no clear answer followed, leaving the lights to speak quietly for themselves in the sky. Moving UFO. In the skies over Japan, a glowing object was spotted by a girl who happened to look up at just the right moment. She took out her phone and began filming as the light moved gently across the sky. It wasn't flickering like a star or flashing like a plane. It had a steady glow that felt out of place. Others nearby also noticed and began to guess what it could be. People said it looked like a UFO and believed it to be a part of a secret mission, not yet made public. U.S. object over school.
What the is that, man?
On September 23, 2022, in Wentzville, Missouri, something unusual was spotted just outside a high school. The evening sky was dark, and a strange object appeared above, holding still for a few moments. Its shape wasn't clear, but it gave off a faint glow that made it easy to notice. Students and a few others nearby looked up, trying to make sense of it. Before anyone could figure it out, the object suddenly vanished without a sound. No explanation followed, and the moment quietly became one more mystery added to the growing list of sky-watching surprises. Frankfurt sky UFO. On February 10, 2024, in the night sky above Frankfurt, Germany, several faint lights moved quickly across the darkness. Their paths curved and shifted, almost like they were chasing one another. The lights were dim, but their speed and motion caught the attention of people nearby. No sounds were heard, and they didn't follow the usual routes of aircraft. The moment passed, but the questions stayed behind, quietly unsettled. Arc of fire. In the city of Surat, India, something strange appeared in the night sky, an arc of fire stretching far above the rooftops. It wasn't a plane, and it didn't fade like a shooting star. The fiery shape stayed firm, glowing with quiet intensity. Those who witnessed it stood in silence, pointing and murmuring to one another. Many tried to describe it later, but the sight didn't match anything familiar. With no clear response from officials, the moment sparked quiet talk about unknown forces far beyond daily life. Fire UFO behind clouds.
Did the kids come out to look?
A woman was heading to her car when something unusual lit up the sky. It wasn't lightning, and it wasn't a flare, just a glowing ball hanging quietly above her. It hovered for several seconds, then drifted away without a sound. A nearby security camera caught the moment, and soon the footage was everywhere online. Comments flooded in with theories, ranging from experimental tech to natural light phenomena, but nothing matched it exactly, turning a regular evening into something no one could quite explain.
Did you see it? Thought when it was over here, it looked so crazy.
Let's move on to the subscriber's pick. On October 4th in Taiwan, just as the city buzzed with traffic, a few drivers stuck at a red light happened to glance up and paused. Above the buildings, a cube-shaped object was quietly rotating in the sky. Its metallic surface could be clearly seen. It didn't move fast or make any sound. It just hovered there, slowly turning. People pulled out their phones, unsure of what they were seeing. Since then, no one has given a clear answer, but many still talk about that strange moment in the sky. And with that, see you next time.